Good morning, Kato. Morning, Huan. To add the FPS, it would be interesting to see. 70 while I'm starting. I don't know why this map is so laggy on the server. The track is quite fun, yeah. But it is a little bit random. There were some bugs yesterday that, for example, also knocked me out. And it is quite laggy for some reason on the server. But for hunting it's definitely fun. Oh shit, that was a good one. Ah. Dumb. Jump way too early. That was smooth. I need to have more speed and a different landing in the penalty. When I'm so fast that I basically jump off at the top of the penalty hill, then it's super fast. Ah, the stone. Naja, Huhn, the turn itself is of course important, that you get as much speed as possible. You want to jump as late as possible, which is dangerous. You have to jump off basically right before the rock. Because then you land very late in the penalty if you jump late. And the more you jump to the right, the more you have an angle to the right, the longer you will also be in the air. And then you also need a non-flat landing. Like you never want, when you land on penalty, you never want to have all your 4 wheels land at the same time. Come on. Ah, shit. Here, for example, I had only my front wheels first landing. But the landing is the random part. Like you can't really control that. You can't really control how you land. I will not air brake in that section. But apart from that, it's tough to be consistent with that. I dropped to 11th. I'm 10th. For the trophies. Do I think that this is a good map? For the knockout, no. Because for the knockout, it's just random. People died by landing bugs and so on. And of course, when everything gets only decided by the landings in a penalty, then oof, it has a random factor there. Also this. Ah, there you spawn. Okay. So yeah, I struggle to decide how to do it. Let's see if they answered maybe. Yeah, so the thing is that there's always the MX morning knockout, and at the third Saturday in the month, the knockout is happening in Team 2020, and I actually want to play it, yeah, because the evening knockout I can't play because there is Trackmania Formula League at the moment, and the morning knockout I can often not play when I need to work on that weekend. So I am happy I don't need to work and I could play. When I was playing this map here yesterday, I first thought, oh shit, this is a nice map for the morning V1. Probably I want to play the morning V1. Then however, I got knocked out directly in the second round with a landing bug. Then I thought, okay, you can get knocked out here against any skill level. Like this is, no. This is just not a very good map then also for the rerun. This is not a safe victory or anything, because you can just land bug and you're out. So I thought, okay, then I will play the knockout. But of course the knockout, it still takes a while. It still takes until 11:30 until it starts. And last month I decided to not play the morning rerun because I wanted to play the knockout later anyway. And then the server didn't work in the knockout, and I didn't play the rerun for nothing. Yeah, in the end the knockout didn't happen because there were Trackmania updates, and then the server wasn't updated and didn't work. So the knockout didn't happen, and I didn't play. Both then. And yeah, now I decided, I mean I am fast on this map, you know. On this map here I am 6th place in the total leaderboard. So I am fast on this. And yeah, it's a tough decision. Knockout or rerun. And I asked now if it's not possible to start the knockout 15 minutes later, because often they don't start it in time anyway. And if they now on purpose say, okay, we started 15 minutes later, when the people then from the rerun can basically join, then this would feel much more sensible, you know. So I could now, for example, say, okay, I go full risk, and if I go out, then I can just join the knockout, you know. If I miss the start of the knockout, then of course it would be unfortunate if I go out right afterwards, yeah, right afterwards. It's, something like this already happened in the other way around. In the winter time, when we Europeans are in the winter, we have first the knockout starting half an hour before the cup of the day. And there was this one knockout where I was playing. Then I left the knockout during the cup of the day seeding, doing a warm-up real quickly to set a time and qualify myself for Division 1 in the rerun. Then I went back to the knockout server and was in time to not miss a live round. So I stayed in. And I saw all the time though that this is gonna be tough. The knockout will end at around 11:20. And 11:20 is exactly the time where the rerun goes then live into the first knockout rounds. And I was then thinking, can we do that, can we do that? And then I thought, okay, well, if I go out earlier than the final in the knockout, then I will make it to the Cup of the Day rerun, no problem, yeah. But of course I was reaching the final. So, I was reaching the final. Let me focus that jump. Yeah. So I was reaching the final in the knockout, and I was leading the final until the finish jump, which I didn't see in the warm-up. And the finish jump had to be some weird transition. And then I didn't know where to go and lost the knockout final. Left the server immediately to join the Cup of the Morning. And then the Cup of the Morning was in the middle of the first lap, and I also got knocked out there. That was like the most annoying 1 minute that I had, basically. And today, for example, something similar can happen. It could happen that the morning knockout just started and went live. And right after that, right after it started, I get knocked out here. And then I'm too late to join the other cup. So it's just annoying when they overlap by just a little bit. If the knockout would also start at 11, then okay. Then you have to decide. But in this case, you have the one competition overlapping with the other just for like 10 or 15 minutes. In the case of the winter time, where the morning knockout starts before the Cup of the Morning, it sounds similar, yeah. Cup of the Morning, morning knockout. That of course depends on how many players participate in the TMX morning KO. But when we are less players, like only like 7-8 players, then Pangolin, the admin there, had sometimes the idea, hey, then let's do 2 lives for every player. So you have to get knocked out twice to really get knocked out. And then it took, of course, long again, because then it is like you would have 16 players, and this takes much longer there, because you knock out 1 player on 1 map. And 1 map is 1 long warm-up and 1 live round. So you have basically 3 or 4 minutes for 1 knockout, you know? This takes much more longer than these cup of the days. Oh. So I didn't really focus so much on the driving. But I'm really confused why it's so laggy on the server. Why the game doesn't show it again. I mean, it's not at 120 FPS in the top left. It is lower. Now without Open Planet it is much higher than with Open Planet again. It says something around 105 maybe in average. But yeah, these turns are here quite difficult to hit when it's a tiny bit laggy. Annoys me a bit that I just can't try fast now. Oh, chill Hase. Plus 13 seconds. I was also thinking of doing world record hunt here on this map. I was yesterday hunting already a little bit. The thing is that I know that I can actually get a very good time, but there is one guy, Ratchet or someone, that actually got a sick time now. In theory, this time is probably also reachable, but it is now completely different to if he wasn't there. If he wasn't there, the world record would be quite free to get, then the motivation would be higher. Now it's just free to get second place, but the first place, the world record, is tough. Same time with Rasi. Wizard. 8 and then 89 with a prime sub. Thank you. Morning. We get the top 17 round, which means 4 knockouts in top 17. 1.2 seconds knocked out. Actually, only one crash. I mean, that is much better than what we saw in the Cup of the Day yesterday. Ika had the landing bug? Huh. Oh, somehow this landing was good. For whatever reason. The highest jump ever. Very cool. Oh my god. Shouldn't have gone that high. Oh my god! Yo! I saw me crashing. I wanted to respawn already. Like, what the fuck? Naja, Save Meister, yes, I was way too safe before. That was the reason why I had to risk in the end. Sadly, I don't really find the time to make the interface. Between the rounds. Far left. Okay, that's a good round. 0.8 for Eco Wolf and then all of us within 4/10 here. Oof. It's already started, Hoon. Yeah, it's really shit. How many players are there, Hoon? Like 8 or something? Oh, Rasi? Ach, er overtook him. Oh, nice, Susi. Yeah, 10 players. Yeah. It is so dumb. It is so dumb. Sadly, the admins are some things a little bit stubborn. But I will see. I will discuss this a bit more. Because it's just so improvable with these two competitions. Oh. Susie, you should have seen the other one. The other round was even closer. Wait, I won? Rasi crashed the end? Huh. Ja! GG! Oh my god! Oh. So close, man. And I won it with not even a single sub in the whole knockout. Yeah, correct decision to play Cup of the Morning then, I guess. Could have been also a wrong decision, I was so close to be knocked out early.